welcome for the very first time to Magic Con, Alexander Vlahos.
Hello. Jesus, that'll wake you up.
Yes, you might want...
Is that me? Which one's me? The one, this one?
Yes.
Are you, which one are you, Laurie?
I'm the little happy thing and that's going like that.
Yeah, you're that one. Yeah. Okay, great.
You might or the one spewing fire.
And this one doesn't look like John Hurt at all from there. He looks really angry.
It's so magical.
Super, well, great. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. In your lovely German arms.
Yes, and so this is your first time to Magic Con.
It is, and my last. I'm joking. Well, we'll see how it goes. This is literally, I woke up about an hour ago, so hello. I'm like, panel? Great.
Yes, it's on. And I must say, I just feel like I am somewhat qualified to interview you because you played ice hockey for quite a number of years.
Yeah, I played ice hockey for 10 years of my life, and I got to that point where 18 could go and be semi-professional. In the UK, you don't really make a living out of playing ice hockey. You sort of do it when you play, and then in the off-season, you become like a labourer. People go and work as a chippy or as a plumber. Or I got to drama school, and I can remember phoning my dad and saying, my dad was like, right, got the kids, got the subs booked for you. Oh, great, hello, magical lady.
Yes.
Which one did you want? You wanted still, didn't you?
Still,
oh,
please.
Sparkling, there
Thank
we go.
you.
Yeah, I got to a crossroads, and I phoned my dad, and my dad was like, so kids booked, the rinks done, like the subs every year, costs quite a lot of money to play for a year. And I said to him, well, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to go be an actor. And it was just this silence on the phone. And then do you know when you can hear tears? You know he's crying. I knew he was crying. And he just went, okay.
Now
And me and my father haven't spoken since. So yeah, I decided to be an actor and prance about on stage into drama school, and here I am.
Wow. So you had 2 feet in the rink. And of course, just to let you know, if you do say, don't ever say ice hockey. I've only said that the once to make it clear. It's just hockey.
Yeah.
In Canada.
But you're right, because in Canada, there's this stigma that you're born with skates. You come out, you've got skates, and you just go straight onto the ice.
That's right. That's right.
No, yeah, it's a tough little sport to crack. Very expensive. God, I broke so many bones.
How many bones?
So this arm 3 times.
3 times?
This arm twice. My wrist, I got a concussion from a puck. I dislocated my knee, and the worst was I fractured my collarbone. It's amazing that I did play, Laurie, honestly, I did. I was on the ice, no, the collarbone was the worst. But I was accident prone. But obviously when you're young, your bones mend like that. So what should take 4 weeks to mend, or 6 weeks, I was back on the ice straight away. I was like, yeah, I'm a kid.
And now, I guess, were you always, did you do theatre in school?
Yeah,
But even because you were born in Wales.
Born in Wales, it's a big sort of thing, but you either are a rugby player, look at me, I could be a rugby player, tiny little boy, a rugby player, football wasn't that big, or you did normal jobs, and acting in Wales, there's a big heritage of, there's the Richard Burtons, there's the Tony Hopkinses, I was listening to an amazing podcast last night with Michael Sheen, it's part of the Welsh heritage, and Johan Griffith, the Fantastic Four and all that sort of thing, his father was my head teacher. So he was really into drama, gave us a lot of money, and I did drama in high school, but for all the wrong reasons. Or potentially the right reasons. For the girls. I realised that while all the boys were running around in the wet rain trying to get the girls' attention as rugby players, I was like 14, I was like, hang on a minute. None of the girls are watching the rugby. Oh, they're all in the drama class. Well, I'm going to go do that. And I was the only boy. I was the only boy.
You would have been.
And I cleaned up, Laurie. I had the best time.
You're the only guy, and you're surrounded by 9 girls, and then there was later 6 girls in A levels. You were the one that they had to work with to sort of balance out the scenes, you know. So, yeah, I just had, I had a good time. Less said about that, the better, I think.
And then you get lots of good parts as well.
Yeah, the parts,
That too. And so you went off to, now was it university that you?
Drama school.
Drama school
Yeah, I went to
in
College in Wales.
In Wales.
Yeah, I decided that I wanted my mum to continue doing my clothes washing. So I thought I could go to RADA, but then I would have to do it, or I go to Cardiff and my mum's just down the road and we suddenly, here you go. It was other reasons, obviously. It's a great drama school, but I thought my career.
I know, you really have thought out every detail, which is fantastic. And then how long were you there? Drink away.
I was there for 3 years. Went as an 18-year-old boy. First time discovering alcohol and house parties. And also it's the first time I ever acted in English. This is a big thing that people forget. Is that Welsh language is my first language. And up until I was 18, I thought in Welsh and only acted in Welsh scripts. And then first drama school, surrounded by amazing actors, and our first project we got given was Hedda Ibsen. And I opened the script, and we're in a circle, and everyone's looking through the script, and I just turned the first page, and this fear came over me, like, oh, it's in English. I don't think I can act in English. Oh God, I'm gonna get found out. They're going to kick me out. I was playing Judge Brack, you know Judge Brack in Hedda Gabler, and I was a 55-year-old man, and I'm like 18, and but in English, it was the first time, and I for pretty much all of my 3 years, I was always thinking in Welsh and having to translate myself as I was speaking into English. That's gone now since I've left, but yeah, it was a bit of a like, oh
That's
God.
a huge transition.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Diana.
But I had fun.
Well done. You did it. Well done. You did it.
Thank you.
Marvelous. And then you moved, a transition, you moved to London, or did you?
I stayed for a year. I got a job called
Crash,
which was filmed in Wales, in Caerphilly. So I decided to stay. And then did the move up to London, like everyone sort of does, really, hoping, because that's where the auditions are. It's not necessarily where the work is. It's just where the hub of casting directors are. Started in London and haven't had to have a normal job since. So the longest I've been out of work has been 7 months, and that's been a 10-year career. So I've been very blessed to just skip from theatre to audio to TV.
Yeah, because you do a lot of voice work.
Yeah, I mean that's a surprise because I failed radio in second year. My radio teacher was like, no, you haven't got it, mate. And then the best thing about that, Laurie, was that I did a radio series called The Confessions of Dorian Gray, and my radio teacher was a guest actor on the first season. And I'm just going to do an impression of how I greeted her. She came in and I went, Marilyn, welcome. And her face was like, oh, you're doing so well for yourself. You could tell she hated it. She hated it. And it was like, I needed to, I was like this. It was a pretty special moment to know that she was a guest actor on my show. And I never brought it up with her. I never thought, you gave me a D for radio.
Anyway. No, you didn't have to.
No, I didn't have to.
You didn't
It was all of my smug grin.
Oh, that's fantastic. Some things just work out really well.
They do, and it's really lovely when it does.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, I just wanted to go back, because you did a medical... did you do like a medical soap opera or something in Wales?
What?
Because I just have to make note.
So there's 2. I did Crash.
Is my rating, it's gone down? That's fine. I did Crash, which was a medical drama, like sort of like a Scrubs-esque thing. Didn't do very well. But I did Doctors, which was the daytime soap. A month, filming in Birmingham, where I played a sort of psychopathic school killer. The director said to me, "It was in your eyes." So do I take that as a compliment? I don't know. I look like a psychopathic school killer in my eyes.
Yes. Well, it's because it's not the voice.
It's
not the voice. It's the eyes.
It's the eyes. Funny enough, I'm working with that same director in about 2 weeks' time. 9 years it's taken for him to re-employ me. He's forgot about me, and he's re-employed me. I'm going to filming in Guadeloupe. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Basically a holiday. The manager went, "Do you want to read the script?" And I said, "Absolutely not. I'm going to Guadeloupe. Fine, whatever it is." So yeah, I'm doing a TV series, and he's the director of that, so yes.
Will there be llamas in it? Are there llamas in Guadeloupe? Are there llamas in Guadeloupe?
Why? What? Are you well?
Or maybe that's Guadeloupe.
Oh, maybe the other country that just
the other
doesn't
one.
like us.
Yes, I just went.
I'm not going there.
I wanted you to go there. I just imagined you with a llama by your side. What a beautiful moment.
When did you leave?
I know, very small. Oh dear, you can kick my ass later on in the
The mom
bar.
is waiting for you. She's going to take you out the door.
Someone's holding it open. Get out. Well, that's fantastic. That
That's
you.
great. Yes,
and how lovely. The same people
Same director.
same director.
Yeah.
Some of those same people that you work with just keep coming.
It's lovely. You hope that it happens more often, that you work with people, but they have so many people to choose from. But yeah, Ian Barber was the director of Doctors. And, yeah, I found out I was going to Guadeloupe, and a lovely park, 2 weeks, and saw the sheet, and I gave him a call. I said, "Was this your doing?" He said, "Yeah, I want to do that." So it's nice for that.
Perfect. That's fantastic. And then we must get to Merlin at some
Oh, we must.
We must. It's a tick. It's a tick.
The only reason I'm here. Well, partly the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
We were talking, weren't we, about Merlin is what they bill me for conventions in London and everywhere. MCM, it's me as Mordred, always, which is lovely because it's the role that has got me so much. But I think it tends to be Versailles, which is great, that has fallen into. I use this word lightly because it has a lot of bad connotation, but it's become culty. You know, like cult sounds bad, but it's got a fandom, a strong fandom, which is great because it's a period drama.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing that it's fallen into a convention world. It's amazing. It's really good. You know, there's a fandom called the Versailles family. Any of you here? Yeah, that's great. Who are amazing and loyal and brilliant artists and designers and supporters. So yeah, it's weird that Merlin is quite rightly convention worthy. Versailles seems to have slipped into the net.
Come out from behind and captured.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yeah, because that was very beautiful when you watched it. It was just like, oh my
Versailles
God.
or Merlin?
Versailles.
Yeah, very beautiful. Yeah.
It was just like, oh, you just sort of were listening to everything and taking it in and just being immersed. I mean, the world was so beautifully recreated.
Yeah, I mean it was 30 million euros for the set. You know, they did the whole Versailles, the palace down to the millimeter. So it was meticulous. And I can remember the first day on Versailles. We weren't doing it particularly. It was Marie Therese was giving birth to the black baby. That was my first day. Elisa's like, I'm like, hey. The crew. But I remember phoning my mum, and she was like, "How's it?" And I'm just like, "God, they're just burning money." Do you know that saying where like every shot felt like they were just burning euros in front of the frame? It was my first sort of like hit with. I had the same feeling when I did my first day on Merlin, when you walk onto something that is such a juggernaut of a show. Like, it's huge. My first day on Merlin was they decided to cover the Brecon Beacons in Wales with fake snow, which was just tissue paper. And there was green cloths on the floor with a dragon, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, what am I in, you know?
Because the contrast is when you then go and do theatre, everyone's trying to do it on $1.50 or €1.
Well, I've just been doing an army drama for little to no money, freezing my nuts off in Ireland, really miserable. And I got the job, and I flew from Ireland on the Friday, got to London, had like a day at home, and then was in Wales on the Sunday to start filming on the Monday. And the contrast between two shows, which were both BBC shows, was astronomical.
Wow.
Like, we couldn't even afford chips to eat on private, so it was literally like, you've got a baguette and you'll be happy with it. And then I turned up on Merlin and it was just, you know, what would you like to eat? And it was just like, oh my God, just the scale in terms of, I was just blown away. But
wow. And did you learn lots of fantastic skills on Merlin?
Yeah, so horse riding was the biggest one. I was terrified of them. Just the idea that when you're on them, if they want to go over to that twig over there, they can, you know. No matter how good you are, they have their own minds, Laurie, these horses. And that I was on them going, no. And, but my first time on a horse for Merlin was, I had to ride backwards. So I didn't learn conventionally. I'm sure you've all heard this story, and it's a wonderful story, so do excuse me, but I will tell it again. Because it's guaranteed laughs, basically. So I arrived in the script, it says Mordred rides the saddle backwards. So I get to France, which is where the horses were, and they were like, Chino, this lovely guy, was like, we're not going, we've got a week, get on the horse backwards. So I was like, can I just go forward first, like, with the horse's fate? And he was like, nope, we haven't got time. So I'm like, so that's the horse's head, and like this, like, yeah, and I'm like, and she goes like, you're doing wonderful, Alex, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. All for 6 seconds on screen. 2 weeks it took me, Laurie, 2 weeks, riding backwards on a horse. For 6 seconds on screen, it goes, it just passes.
But then
Furious.
Going forward, was it like so much easier?
Forward, yes, imagine learning how to drive in a car just reversing everywhere. And then suddenly they're like, now you may go forward, and you're like, oh, I can see? Oh, hello, horse. Like, I'm just looking at his arse, you know, it's great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but then the great story is that Chino, the horse master in France, was also the same horse master on Versailles.
Oh, fantastic.
And I got the same horse. So I arrived for season 1 of Versailles, and he was like, he's a small Spanish-French guy called Chino. He's about 4'2", he's tiny. And he has to kick his horse to get down so he can get up, because he can't get up on his own. And he's like, Alex, welcome back. I remember you riding backwards. I was like, yes, that was very funny, Chino, very funny. Let's talk about that, I have deleted it from my mind. And he was like, but I've got you Bolero. Bolero just became my horse. And I think I got on Bolero, and they have these amazing, horses just have these senses, don't they, where then the horses went, oh, hello. You're back, are you? Still getting employed, eh? Right, okay, how long have I got with you? I had 3 years with that wonderful horse, and you grow to have a connection with them. By the time I came to, God, even halfway through season 1, but start of season 2, yeah, I just adore horse riding and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that skill has stayed with me, and now every time I go away to places, like Ireland, or I try and find if there's a stables around and just go horse riding. It's become a big part. Wow, yeah, they're great. But also in France, these horses are like the Lamborghini of film horses. They're just, you don't kick them, you don't touch them, you don't pull on their reins or the stirrup. You go, and they know that's a gallop, and then it's a canter, and then they stop. All by sound. It's just like, it's amazing. Yeah, they're incredible.
And did you have a little cry when you had to say goodbye? That must have been 3 years? 3 years with Bolero?
No. I didn't have a cry, but I always try and go back to France and the amazing stables and see them. And Ty Runyon, who plays Fabian in Versailles, has the most amazing connection with his horse, and I'm sure he did cry. I cried when it was just the end, like a normal person.
Yes,
Not a normal
yes,
person.
yes, yes. Because Viggo Mortensen, he bought his horse.
Viggo was on a lot more money than I was.
Sorry to
I would
mention
have,
that.
I couldn't just bring Bolero to London.
Here's your room.
A room? God. So I'd just be outside, tied up to the house, and then I would just take him to auditions. Just like,
But they'd remember you.
oh God, for the wrong reasons.
Here he is.
Turn up on the horse again, Lauren.
Goddamn horse
God,
again.
I have to give him the job, otherwise he won't stop turning up on horses. I love that story. Viggo bought his horse, but Viggo's got a ranch, in America, so like,
Yeah,
I would just
so-
be in like,
Yeah.
in King's Cross, just waiting for me.
Now, on that happy note, I think...
Leaving.
I'm leaving. I'm getting out, and...
Hasn't she been wonderful?